Well, check this out. We have a new Channel 5 video that came out 6 minutes ago. Election day. Reporting on the ground. Let's go.
When Trump has been in D.C. throughout the time that I've been here, and there are large
We're off to a real bad start.
rallies, that is when I will get called a f***it or transphobic
Whoa!
slurs just by the presence of this man and his supporters in town. The
Disavow,
atmosphere alone is really damaging. And then on top of that, the legislation. Project 2025 is a set of legislation that has been prepared by the Heritage Foundation.
So pretty much Project 2025 is totally awesome. It's totally cool. It's badass. And we might be implementing that here pretty soon.
Proposed to Donald Trump is a set of laws to enact once if he gets elected into office. Right on that first page, it describes transgender people as pornographic inherently, and throughout the pages of this.
The German government also collapsed just now. Got any takes on that? This is the first I'm hearing of it. The German government collapsed. We'll talk about that after, okay?
Document moves for legislation that would ban this quote-unquote pornographic material from being around kids. What this does in practice is transgender parents or people who have transgender children would be restricted from seeing their own children, among other things. There's this belief that trans people are inherently sexual, that their identity is based on being sexually predatory, when the reality is that trans people are just like cisgender people.
Here's the thing, okay? You can't, paint an entire community with a very broad stroke, but I think it probably doesn't help when every single gay pride parade is a bunch of people that are flopping their genitals around and having sex in public. I think that doesn't really help get people on board. I think that doesn't really do you any favors.
Just want to live their lives in peace.
I voted Kamala. Kamala is just clearly better. She definitely slays. We don't need a revolution. We need a stable leader who can continue us on the path we're going.
Yo, what's up, guys? Channel 5 election season 2024, November 5th, Washington, D.C.
I love the LGBTQ community, but they are sadly deceived.
As y'all can see, there's a fence. Past that is the horseman of the apocalypse. Robert E. Lee. Abraham Lincoln. Behind him is scaffolding. Behind the scaffolding is the White House. And somebody new is about to move in 24 hours. I must say, I was here exactly 4 years ago, and the vibes were much more intense. There was a lady screaming right here.
Culture appropriators.
They were yelling at each other. There was cameras everywhere. There was tension in the air. Right now, there is not much tension in the air. You got my guy right here, just chilling. What are we thinking?
I'm going for Trump. I don't know. It's like a stance on the economy a little more than the current administration's. Yeah, lower taxes. I like what they did with immigration as well, just kind of securing the border. I know many migrants. I go to school in D.C., so.
You like them?
Do I like them?
You're homies with them? Like, are they homies?
Yeah, I'm friends with migrants.
Would you be pissed if they got deported?
Imagine how yeah, probably, yeah.
Who am I voting for? Kamala.
I voted Kamala this election.
I'm voting for Kamala Harris. As an atheist Jewish man, I just want to let everyone know that freedom of religion is real. I've been seeing.
As an atheist Jewish pregnant man? What did he say?
Those protesters bring their religion on other people, and I decided to go to CVS straight this way, just to make signs counter.
The First Amendment governs freedom of religion. Respect all religions, no exceptions. True, brother, true. That is so true, my brother.
Protesting against their actions.
What are we thinking?
I'm thinking that no matter what happens, Jesus reigns. We cannot have wholesale abortion being promoted in our nation. We cannot have a furtherance of the transgender confusion that is really being enforced from the top down.
How are we going to solve the transgender confusion?
By introducing people to the love of God, because the love of God changes people's hearts.
Well, this is the White House Peace Vigil, otherwise known as the William Thomas Memorial Land Nuclear Peace Vigil. We don't believe.
Black Native Americans, give us federal recognition. So we was Native Americans and shit? I didn't know that. Cool.
Memorial Land Nuclear Peace Vigil. We don't believe the war machine should be the base of economy, so hashtag no war. We don't believe in nuclear bombs, nor do we believe in nuclear electricity, so hashtag no nukes. And we believe in justice in every individual case, justice for all, so hashtag justice.
For those who don't know, what is the war machine?
Very simply put, We are now spending about half of our congressional budget, $1 trillion a year, on endless wars. Endless wars and 800 military bases around the world. We are spending more than the next 10 nations combined, the next 10 biggest spenders. We're spending more, mostly on weapons.
The war machine is also the biggest polluter in world history.
With like fossil fuels.
Let's wage for peace, not for war. Love, not war. Full ceasefire in Gaza. Activist. We honor all the victims of military-industrial complex. I'm just taking a look. 5 million Palestinians are classified by the UN as refugees. He's got a Rugrats t-shirt. Cool. Let's go. Let's go.
It's carbon emissions and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know how we can beat that system, but it needs to happen.
Obviously, there's a lot of people in my generation who are casting ballots for third-party candidates like Jill Stein because of the war in Gaza. What do you say to those people?
Well, I voted for Harris, and I'm hoping Harris wins.
I'm in school for teaching now. I'm in my last year, and I work with kids who are at risk for going into the school-to-prison pipeline, kids who are in poverty and at a higher likelihood of ending up in the criminal justice system.
Here in D.C.?
Yeah. I also am against voting for people who are complicit in genocide, but I believe strongly, like, if they're both complicit in genocide, I want to do what I can to protect my kids here who get benefits from federal programs. Like, my kids can't afford supplies, my kids can't afford food, my kids... Also, I'm concerned about what I'm going to be able to teach. I was at a conference a couple weeks ago for youth in the justice system, and someone in Louisiana is a teacher. They are not allowed to say the words diversity, equity, inclusion in schools.
Based. I fully endorse that. Project 2025 is a go. Patriots, I repeat, Project 2025 is a go. Let's go.
And like, just with bullying, straight up, you're not allowed to say the word inclusion. I'm worried about what I'm going to be able to say to them. I worry about teaching evolution. I'm in middle school, so I don't have to worry about sex ed as much. But like, I had a kid last week ask me, what's it called when a man...
Dude, can I just say, I don't want to get gay on you guys. No, I'm going to get super gay. I love this chud community. I love my chuds. I love this chud community. Everybody in the chat is a chud. It's awesome. This is great. It's the best place ever. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Chuds W. Chuds W. Chud W.
And dresses up like a woman. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not allowed to tell you. I didn't say that, but I was like, I don't know. And another kid was like, I think it's called a drag king. And then another kid's like, have you seen DraftKings? They have the best ads. It's not like a isolated incident. That's what the majority of American children are going through. So I don't know. I'm voting Kamala because I want to be able to teach my kids. I want them to not be afraid to ask questions. I want them to get the resources that I think they'll get. And if I can't protect kids abroad, I want to protect my kids here.
What do you think about what's going on?
Retard moment.
You think dogs should be able to vote? You feel like a politician represents your interests? Anyway? No? Swing voter, undecided, doesn't want to talk to us, doesn't trust the media, doesn't trust the fake news. I wouldn't either. They don't represent pups properly,
W,
but we're going to for the first time. Free all the pups. I don't mean free the pup like I don't want the pup to have an owner, but free the pup from the bondage of, other dogs.
My name is Liam.
Liam, who are you voting for?
I voted Kamala. Kamala is just clearly better. She definitely slays. I really like what her and Biden have done over these past few years with the CHIPS Act and with promoting American semiconductors. My big thing is artificial intelligence and AI policy. I think that America...
To be fair, and maybe I'm missing some nuance here, it seems to me, I could be convinced otherwise because I don't know the entire situation. It seems like the CHIPS Act is maybe the one good thing Joe Biden did. Is that true? Can we acknowledge that? Can we agree on that? The CHIPS Act, I think, was probably a good thing, but I haven't looked into it so closely. So I might be wrong. But it seems like it maybe is the one thing that he did right.
needs to stay ahead on that. And I think that Biden-Harris has done a good job with
So
AI
are you
policy.
pro-AI or anti-AI?
I'm generally pro-AI. I'm not never regulated at all. It's defensive accelerationism. You accelerate, but you also keep safeguards to make sure it goes well.
What are the top 3 benefits of AI?
Probably medicines and biology. We can do so much.
Porn. Porn. And tricking Grok into saying racial slurs. Porn, and getting Grok to say racial slurs. Let's go.
engineering to cure diseases and fix problems. Already we've seen it where even a lot of like agriculture companies are like making it much more efficient, or genetic engineering so that you can make larger crops for less money. And then I think you'll start to see that you'll have a return of American manufacturing, and you also just get cheaper and better quality consumer goods for the average person.
AI is really useful for teaching. Like students are more likely scientifically to remember lessons that they're interested in. So if I filter my lesson plan through ChatGPT and be like, rewrite this with the same lesson objectives for a kid who's really interested in FIFA, or for a kid that's really interested in
Dude, oh my God, she's using AI. You know how people are like, okay, but explain it in Minecraft terms. Okay, but can you explain that in Harry Potter terms? She's doing that. She's doing that. We're fucked.
Minecraft, and it gives me the same lesson where like I can teach the same lesson, but the worksheet or the homework I give them is going to relate it to them.
And then just create.
So if Alderaan had 17 billion people on it and the Death Star was able to blow up 13.5 billion people, how many people survived the Alderaan photon blast?
Creating entirely new experiences that we couldn't have even imagined before. Like the idea that I could immediately generate an image or generate a song just in 3 seconds. Like I made a song last night even.
What was the song about?
About the election, actually, and about different people who are going to be voting this time.
What are some of the lyrics in that song?
Somewhere in America, there's a young Latino man. No job, no education, not a single long-term plan. He listens to Joe Rogan and thinks our country's gone to shit. He blames his problems on China and wants Trump to deal with it.
It's unfortunate that like patriotism is seen as like synonymous with MAGA when it really isn't.
It is.
I think part of being an American patriot is accepting that we're a diverse country where people from around the world can come here and make this country great. The idea that you make it great by like rejecting immigrants or doing mass deportation.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Sir, what do you think's better, the original Swag Surfing song or the Lil Wayne remix on No Ceilings?
I like the original. It's best.
Respectfully disagree. Have a good one. Gotta say though, man, I'm a bit nostalgic. It's been a minute, but I guess it's good that it's a chill vibe.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna pop off tonight. Stuff. The days after, you gotta watch out for. That's when shit's gonna get real. When the election results gets called, probably on like Thursday or Friday. That's when shit's gonna hit the fan.
You working down here?
Huh? Yeah.
What's your field of employment?
I work in policy. I work in environmental policy.
Like reducing carbon emissions and stuff?
Yeah, reducing carbon emissions, fighting climate change, and making good, sound environmental policies.
So a lot of people say that like Trump being elected again is a huge kind of defeat for the environmental policy sector.
Oh yeah, because if you read through Project 2025 at all, it's all about deregulating, shutting down.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't get why everybody shits on Project 2025, because everything I've seen in it pretty much, like maybe not all of it, but like, yeah, a good 85% or 90% of Project 2025. It seems awesome. It seems badass. Seems totally cool.
And a bunch of good environmental offices throughout the government, whether it be in the, DOJ, DOI, DOE. And I think we've come to the point in politics where most Republican members of Congress are not ignoring climate change, but it's not such a big deal. So if you focus on the economy and just keep on pushing through and just bring back those good old paying coal jobs.
Yeah. If you were to be staring down like a total climate change denier who is asking you for one concrete real life example that showed evidence of climate change,
I'll say just go to Florida, where I'm from. We get hit by at least one hurricane every year. That is not normal. People's
I'm convinced.
Houses literally flood every year down there. So yeah, just go down, live in one of those coastal beach towns and stuff, and see how every few years people's houses literally get destroyed and they need to rebuild. Those storms or hurricanes are only getting intenser and intenser as, climate change becomes a bigger issue.
Intenser and intenser. So by the way, this when we say trust the experts, this guy is the expert. This is the guy that you need to default to. You're not allowed to have an opinion on it because you're not an expert. This guy is the expert. He knows better than you.
It's gonna freak me the fuck out to be in a Channel 5 video.
Channel 5 live worldwide, Hollywood and Vine. Fuck the authority, Channel 5 News. Channel 55. We don't fuck with custers. And 5 is the best.
We love it.